Well, hello. Welcome to my PowerPoint narration video for the class Writing in the Social Sciences at the University of Utah. My name is Alfredo Rodriguez, and I will be going over my compiled analysis for the information I have gathered about the writing conventions and styles that scholars have written about concerning the academic discourse of computer science. Within the academic discourse of computer science, there was a prevalent theme that I chose to touch upon because I believe that it has become a wider focus within this field that the theme is web design, aesthetics of a website, and just how much these aspects affect a user experience pretty much. Some references were used frequently in each academic journal to other fellow scholars in the field of computer science, and using references so much gave me the idea that the common goal was to look more deeply into what makes a website more successful for a web developer as well as the user. By using these references, it allowed each scholar to look deeper into the subject they were studying and doing research on, looking at the finding of others, and execute their own findings through the finding of others. This proved that the main interest of scholars in this field is to look for other scholars who are also experienced in their fields and studies and research, because only then can you be successful of your findings through the help of others. One of these references have been presented in the PowerPoint slide that you see on your screen right now. Each style of writing shared the common theme of parallelism. Parallelism was common in the structures of writing and executed through organized sections that helped the reader better understand the components of research and studies that were conducted. For each scholar, with each academic journal being broken down into sections regarding the topics within the studies being researched. This gave the reader a clearer idea instead of a jumbled one. The organized sections are listed in the PowerPoint slide, so you can see it on the screen. The goal conveyed through parallelism from each scholar was to keep the reader focused on the topic being researched and studied to help apply this research to others, looking to improve the success of websites being developed. There was a foundation of formal language rather than colloquial language that supported the claim of each scholar. And I noticed that when it comes down to research in this field, you must sound credible, otherwise your audience won't take you seriously. Scholars such as Rita Strebe, who wrote the academic journal titled Aesthetics on the Web, Effects on Approach and Avoidance Behavior, revolved her studies and experimental investigations around how aesthetics impressions affected a user's experience. Instead of assuming and concluding that aesthetics has a significant impact on what makes a successful website, deductive reasoning played a key role in not only Rita Strebe's academic journal, but other scholars' work that I decided to delve deeper into and write about. Without deductive reasoning, there would be no proof and credibility that made the findings and writings to be valid. And I believe this is to be a very important aspect of the values in writing about the academic discourse regarding computer science. Ethos is executed properly and most frequently amongst each scholar, and this demonstrates a similar value that evidence must be found in studies and experimental investigations, along with personal connotations to follow up with the concrete evidence that was found. What I mean by follow up with connotations is how Arnold P.O.S. Berman, Verpi Roto, and Kaisa Vanin demonstrated their academic journal, designed inclusive UX research design as a part of doing user experience research. As they state in section 1.1 titled Concepts and Scope, when reaching out to one another to another research field, there are typically different interpretations of the terminology. So before proceeding, we will clarify the key terms. The rest of the quote is listed below in this PowerPoint slide. And following the clarification on the key terms these scholars thought was necessary, they go on to say, in our study, we have adopted the above view of what user experience entails as a starting point because it corresponds to the understanding of the scope of user experience research. A perfect example of a connotation that gives the reader not only a clear idea of the research, but also from the scholar's view and goal of research found. And that'll be it. Thank you for watching and listening to this video about my analysis of writings about fellow scholars in the field of computer science.